Fraternity Intramural Soccer Championship time. Hi there, everybody. I'm Drew Blevins alongside Brett Galt. We are prepared to bring you another edition of NC State Intramural Soccer right here on PackTV. Bringing you into the pack, it is the Fraternity Championship game between Lambda Chi Alpha in the gray, and in the navy blue is Sigma Nu. Worked quickly forward and a good stop as it's steered away by Mark Kropp. Couple of familiar names between last weekend, or last Monday, I should say, Indoor Soccer Championship and earlier championships today. Spain Neymar of Lambda Chi Alpha and Grant Augsburg, who even had a game earlier tonight playing for Lambda Chi. Rolled in and scooped up here and rolled out by Sigma Nu. Sigma Nu rolls ahead. That's Nick Kane wearing the revered 69 of fraternity sports. Most hallowed number in all of fraternity athletics. Although, I will admit that Broderick Padilla out there in 420, I'm expecting him to catch fire. He's smoking already.
Oh, goodness.
Padilla pokes it out wide for Kropp. All the way back down. You know, and the great thing about fraternity athletics is the puns will be out in full force.
I think you've already started, and we're not even a minute into the broadcast. And what's amazing is the crowd that we have here.
Oh, no. The crowd here is tremendous. Best we've had all game so far, to say the least.
Kind of blocking the way. I can't really see, honestly.
You know, both guys, or both teams have their guys out in full support. I know for a lot of fraternities, elections are on the horizon. TKE was holding their election ceremony this evening. They're up inside of Tally Student Union going through the hallowed process of election. Good poke all the way down as it's popped sky high and corralled by the keeper once again. In net, Austin Bauer for Sigma Nu. Gabriel Price for Lambda Chi. Kane rolls it right up the sideline. He's going to get it right back. Gives to Bauer. Back for Kane. Good strike all the way across the field. Well-placed ball out there by that flagstick. Sigma Nu in good shape. Rolled to the middle. Here's the strike. Scored! Sigma Nu takes the lead, and everybody's loving it. What a tremendous strike, upper 90 near side.
The crowd on that one just erupted.
David McCallum's going to get credit for that goal.
Guess most of the fans here are here for Sigma Nu.
Sigma Nu, I might be mistaken, but I know they're one of the largest. I think they might be the largest fraternity on the NC State campus.
Well, they're definitely showing a reason why.
Out in full force tonight.
As it just keeps on getting chillier and chillier out here. The wind's starting to whip a little bit more. I blame you for that.
Good ball all the way down toward the corner. Chased down by Philip Kowalski. Runs too far for him. You know, the temperature continually falling on us. It reminds me of a famous Christmas movie, Year Without a Santa Claus, where you got Heat Miser and Snow Miser. Snow Miser's taking over Southtown, to say the least. This is supposed to be a bastion of warmth. No, it's not. Not even close tonight.
Freezing. And it says it's 53 somehow out here.
I don't know who's saying it's 53, but I guarantee they're lying.
Well, you can tell WRAL that then.
You know, if you say it loud enough, they might can hear you. They're just across Western Boulevard. Though I'm not one to question Greg Fischel.
No, one of the best at his job, by far.
I would wager the best. An unbiased opinion. I mean, you look at all weathermen across the Greater Triangle area. Greg Fischel does a tremendous job. Chris Holman over there over at ABC 11, though, another stupendous job forecasting weather. You got Chris Homan, you got Greg Fischel. If you're a morning weather person, you've got Elizabeth Gardner over there at WRAL. For meteorologists, the greater Raleigh area is spoiled, to say the least. Trivia question for you, Brett.
Oh, no.
Before Greg Fischel took over as the head of WRAL Weather, who was the head of the WRAL Weather Department?
Well, considering Greg Fischel has been there for a long time, hasn't he?
He has, indeed, to say the least.
So I'm just going to go ahead and not even try to answer that question.
Well, the former head of the weather department was a man by the name of Bob DeBartoleben. Mr. D was, quote, the biggest name in weather.
Because Greg Fischel has been with the company for a long time, 19
years.
Something.
Decades, really. Bob DeBartoleben passed away a couple years ago, but certainly previous generation will remember all of the excellent forecasts and information he gave throughout the years. I was back when it was a four-person news crew, WRAL Channel 5 Action News, with Charlie Gaddy and Bobby Batista, Tom Suter on sports, and Bob DeBartoleben on weather. Into the corner it goes. Broadcast crew having to do their best now to migrate a little closer to the field. Work on that near sideline. Right up in the crowd, Connor Dodd providing just an excellent look. As you see the huge crowd, this is a big pop that runs all the way back down. Nick Kane provided the pop.
You could hear that one even with the microphone over your head.
Absolutely tremendous strike. Intercepted. Here's Signu in a foot race for it. Lamda Chi really been back on their heels so far, which a little bit surprising to see. They've got a couple good athletes out there, but so far it just hasn't been clicking for them.
Yeah, definitely. Signu has definitely dominated the possession of this, and that's why they have the 1-0 lead so far in the first half.
This is going to be Mark Kropp, one of the co-captains. Good low line drive, just high. Had a couple of players down there in the vicinity.
Tell you what, Signu has some tall players as well, defending in the back here, and even a couple up front.
Lamda Chi is going to get a chance for a goal kick here. And really, they've got to find a way to start moving this ball north to south. Ball placed down here on the edge of the box. Wind up and the boot. Good line drive. Nearly a chance as that ball was screaming down for it. Schaefer Lizzle. Didn't quite get to him, though. Lamda Chi is going to survive here. Into the middle of the field. Good defense. Lizzle going after it once again. Blocks it down. And this is going to be a goal kick for Signu. It's also just occurred to me, though, that when you look at these names and numbers, sometimes you've got nicknames on the back of the uniforms. Nick Kane, for example, he's in the 69 uniform, and his fraternity nickname would be Reverse.
I can't even read that, honestly.
I'll let you put that together in your own good time, but I tell you what, fraternities are all about the laugh. And they got one from Brett Galt, and they got a half chuckle from me.
I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't even realize that he had that name on the back.
Rolled all the way down. Scored! Lamda Chi puts in another one. 3-1.
And now all of a sudden, after the strong start by Signu, Lamda Chi has rallied off 3 straight to take a pretty good lead right now.
Well, now we'll see if Lamda Chi can keep their 2-goal lead. Geese of Terror in the sorority game squandered it to Zeta.
even though they still came out on top. In a very exciting
Wasn't without a little bit of
PKs.
drama, though.
Oh, no. We've had drama in every single game we've covered so far tonight.
Wind continually whipping.
Very cold, guys. Let me just put that out there. A little bit of shivering going on right now.
I have rarely been in situations to broadcast this cold because even for hockey, at least you're in a heated area. Iceplex does a tremendous job. This is Kropp. Pokes it outside, intended for Padilla, but Kropp's going to get it back. Shot blocked. Rolled all the way outside. A little bit of physicality going on. That's pretty common here in the fraternity games. We often see a little bit of bumping going on. Good curl across. Sigma Nu was reading it well, though. Good defense by Signu and Philip Kowalski. Signu in the black with the gold numericals. Lamda Kai in the gray with the green numericals. Augsburg with a good clean challenge. Signu's got it, though. McCallum works outside, and this one is popped sky high back opposite direction. Good battle.
No call right there.
Big strike over top the net.
Didn't exactly lean over that one, which caused it to go sky high over the crossbar.
Yep, you want to keep that head over top the ball.
Or else that's going to be your result.
Perhaps there's NC State's new field goal kicker, though. Good elevation, good power.
That's definitely the highest one that we've seen tonight.
Rolled up and ahead. Curled back onto the line. Lamda Kai playing good defense. Sigma Nu nowhere near anything. Good challenge right down the line by Nick Kane. Miller Field starting to empty out a little bit. Flag football quarterfinals, semifinals going on one side of us. A little bit of warm-up for the next game going on opposite side. And right here in the middle, championship soccer. Here comes Signu. Good move forward. Poked out. Signu will set it up from a throw. This will be Ben Stockley. Heaves it in. Good throw. Well defended. I believe that was Neymar.
Surprised there was no call for in the back right there.
Yeah, that was a hard challenge. Big strike. Good stop. Tremendous job by Gabriel Price.
That was a great stop by Gabe Price right there. And the wind just keeps whipping right now. It's definitely getting a little colder and colder as the time goes on.
Nothing quite like that nice gust of chilling breeze right in your back.
I just can't wait to go home and take a hot shower, honestly. That's all I'm really thinking about right now.
You know, that'll be nice, but we got another game to go.
Yep. Which will be a fun one as well.
That'll be the men's competitive. Rolled down that near sideline. Good cross. Out of play. You enjoy every time you come out here and get a chance to cover these games. Good throw. Takedown and a hard one. Signu looking for the foul. They are going to get it. McCallum went down hard. Now we're going to get a free kick from in close.
All he had to do was put up the arms right there, and he gets the call. Sigma Nu needs to get a little something going right now, being down 3-1.
Well, here's a chance to do it. Looks like they're going to station Padilla down by the net.
This is definitely a good angle right here, too. Close enough to definitely put one on the goal.
Well, you got to find a way first and foremost to get it around the wall. Fisher's going to step that off right now. Wall sets. Run up and the boot. Good stop by Gabe Price. All he had to do was fall over to that one side, and ball was his.
He also plays, he's one of the goalies on the club soccer team as well.
Christian Hall, though, doing most of those goalkeeping duties. We saw him earlier in the evening.
Yes, also the president for the club soccer team.
Corner kick coming for Lamda Chi.
If Lamda Chi were to get another goal here, right here, I think it would be very hard for Sigma Nu to come back from that deficit.
Agreed. Right now, sun's getting a little bit low for New. Good curl, good defense. Stockley couldn't get a good foot to it. Lamda Chi really taking over right now. Lamda Chi is the 5 seed in the tournament. Signu is the 9 seed. So they took a long road to hoe to get there. Thing is, there aren't a lot of Greek organizations, so 9 is your standard middle-of-the-road team is getting to play in this fraternity championship.
Just by the way they're playing, you were surprised that they were a 9 seed going to this.
Well, they are holding their own. I mean, if you take away the goaltending miscue, then it's a 2-1 game.
Same with Lamda Chi. I mean, they're 5 seed, and they've looked really well. Really good so far in this match.
A lot of very athletic fraternities that compete here at NC State. Towed in, good stop. Not sure if that was really twisting anywhere near the net, but Price was out just in case.
He's really been solid so far in goal tonight.
This will be walked quickly forward. Lamda Chi searching for more. Here's the shot rolling toward the net, and it's in! Lamda Chi adds another one, 4-1. Silver and green are running away with this one.
Wow. After that first early goal by Sigma Nu, we've had 4 goals rallied off here by Lamda Chi, and you'd have to say that this one is pretty much out of reach there for Sigma Nu.
Well, now it's going to be total offensive.
And if you're a Lamda Chi, you just have to pretty much play possession right now.
Worked into the middle. Good curl across. Bounces too far for Stockley. And it looks like a lot of the Sigma Nu brothers are going to be sent home in despair. And there are a lot of them out here.
Yeah, they've been very quiet after that first early goal.
But they erupted.
Is that roster, or does it say Cox something?
Bowled around and right over near that sideline, out of bounds. Throw in. Sigma Nu pops this one sky high into the crowd.
Oof.
Thrown in. Big challenge. Lamda Chi is going to draw the foul there, and we'll see. There could be a card given here. That was a hard challenge.
Good sportsmanship there by helping him out right there by Sigma Nu.
Those are the type of challenges you never want to see. That was a hard tumble. Believe me, it doesn't feel good either on this cold ground.
Probably very hard ground, too.
Chance to play it back in toward the net. Good defense by Kropp. Curled around and outside. Shot just over toward the goal. Toe stubber, well wide. Rolled across the way, and away we go. Lamda Chi, another interception. Big strike, wide.
It's definitely one way to waste time when you're up.
You know, you just keep punching it out, punching it out, punching it out.
Maybe
Clock will deteriorate quickly enough.
Maybe eventually one of those will go in.
Lamda Chi really doesn't need any more to go in. Right now, they're just content with the score, be it as it may be. They are going to play a little bit of possession here is what it looks like, at least as best they can. Hard throw in. Good stop, scooped ahead and thrown forward. Baby touch and go play. Curled back in toward the middle, Lamda Chi right there to swallow it up. Poked ahead. Good footwork. Signu just trying to get something going. Takedown. Stockley getting rough. Lamda Chi wanting the foul. They're going to get it.
I didn't almost think he was going to call that one. Pretty much grabbing him.
I'm surprised. Stockley's got to be careful. He's working on the yellow already.
Yeah. I think he probably figures at this point it doesn't even matter, though, for him.
Signu's going to roll it out quick for Crop. Touched along. Chase back down. Here's a good cross. Excellent defense.
If you're Signy, you got to start thinking about taking shots, and here's one.
Here's one over top, off the back fence. Bone-chilling weather out here, Brett Galt.
It has definitely got chillier and chillier as the night has gone on.
This is one of those evenings where you want a nice cup of hot chocolate and a very hot cookout hamburger.
The wind has definitely not helped this one.
Not necessarily in that order, mind you.
Yeah, I could use some hot chocolate right now. Haven't had that in a while.
A heated blanket.
Nice hot shower.
I mean, like scalding.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know many of our viewers are working with the college dorm room showers. 2 settings. Cross. Right toward the net. Did it go in? Yes! Signu scores. Not over yet. Zach Williams, far side, puts it in.
I think the ref just signaled 1 minute left, so I think it's going to be a little too late for Sigma New.
But they've at least got 1 goal back on the board. But yeah, tonight's one of those evenings where you use the one of 2 setting dorm room showers, ice cold or hot as the Sahara, and you will want that hot as the Sahara setting tonight. Don't worry, sports fans. At this rate, it doesn't look like it's getting warm till late March. Cold might be here for good. Late arriving and hopefully not too late going away.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't stay too long. But it is almost December, so you kind of have to expect it.
You know, at least it does feel a little bit more like Christmas time.
Of course, in previous Christmases, we've had some 70-degree weather, so you just
You
never
know,
know.
I have seen it all. I have seen a 77-degree Christmas day, and I have seen snow on Christmas Day.
A few years back, I remember that one very good.
Right out there on the sideline. Inching toward the end of this contest. There's the whistle. That is going to do it. Lamda Chi with an impressive showing defeats Sigma Nu 5-2, and they will take the Fraternity Intramural Soccer Championships. Brett, Sigma Nu gave a great effort here. They should be very proud of what they did, but Lamda Chi came out and executed on every opportunity they got.
Yeah, Sigma Nu got off to the great start, 1-0, but then Lamda Chi rallied off 4 straight, and that was pretty much the end of it after that. 2 good teams, hard fought, and now we have 1 more match to go.
Well, it certainly was a fun one to bring to you. Congratulations to Lamda Chi Alpha on their Intramural Fraternity Soccer Championship. One more game remains on Intramural Championship Monday, and we'll be right back to bring it to you. Signing off for this broadcast for Brett Galt, I'm Drew Blevins. Hope you enjoyed it. This has been PackTV's coverage of Intramural Soccer, bringing you into the Pack. One more coming up next.